and welcome to Coxie's Picks, and today I'm going to talk about YUIL, mainly because Not Dead has got some YUILs and he was struggling to pick them initially, so I just thought I'd talk about the differences. So you've got your normal and your export. So your normal ones will work with, your export ones will work with a normal key, and there's the normal ones. So what does that mean? Well, they're all split pull. There's a metal ward that goes all the way through it. However, on the export ones, you can use a normal key because the warding is removed, which makes them exceptionally easier to pick. Now, to check to see if you've got it, you just take a standard key. And so, for example, this one's our export. So these are the hinged variant, and these are the heavyweights. So there we go. Place the key in, and just turn. And lo and behold, it opens. Which it shouldn't do because it's split pull and warded, but to make it available for export, i.e. US market, they removed a large chunk of the warding inside, which allows a single key to open them, severely reducing their security. Then we go on to these ones, which is my super duper lightweight ones. All right, and I take my key, and it works. These ones are a lot trickier to pick because they've got that metal warding in, and hopefully, if I go over focus, you can see the metal now in the keyway, which is causing the obstruction. Just see it there. Okay, cool. So I've also got a chain set. This is one of the original designs, M01. You can see that it hasn't got the elegant forming on the bow, but I went for this one, and I was a little bit disappointed that it had been made export friendly, which is a bit of a shame. So it is one of the original ones, and they've been making export for a long time. These cuffs are very similar to the ones that Not Dead has got, except mine are the lightweight version, so you can hear that they're quite tinny compared to heavy. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly show how we can pick these using the shacklemen pick set, but we're not going to be able to do the shimming, and I'll explain that one in a bit. But what we're going to do is we're going to reach into our shacklemen pick set. Right, I'm just going to remove these out of shot so we get some more space. Right, and we're going to take our long pokey pointy thing, like so, sometimes referred to as a long reach, and all you're going to do is you're going to go in the keyway, you're going to aim at the top, reach through and hit both balls at the same time. So just like that, and that is the single lock defeated. The reason why we can't shim it is because, like Not Too Dead quite rightly pointed out, is that this has some ferocious anti-shim, right, which is just there and just there. It's staggered, it's folded over, and it's staggered all the way along to stop you from getting your shim. So even if you were to use a split pull shim, it would actually cancel backwards and forwards. You can shim them with a thin enough shim, but the shim becomes quite fragile, and as such it's difficult. So it's actually easier to pick them. I'm going to set the double lock on these. Same with the pointy pokey. You're going to aim around here and flick the bar along. So down you go, and oh, I missed it. Just go again. Nothing like a bit of on-camera action. Missed. And walking it down, you can see that it's there and removed. I had to walk it a little bit there. This is because I hardly use these cuffs and they're quite stiff, but that's not a problem. They're still new and the springs are good. But like I said, aim for the top, you're aiming there, and you're going to roll down, just like so. And that is the cuff actually picked and defeated relatively easily using the long pointy pokey thing. It is possible to use other profiles, however, right, I've got so used to using the pointy pokey profile that this might actually take me a little bit of a while. We're going to try it with a ball pick. Can't remember if the ball pick can fit. Ball pick cannot fit in this keyway, it is tight, so we use the half ball. Half ball is going to go in up at the top and around, and you feel it, it just starts to flick and click, and that is when you're in the sweet spot. Once you're in the sweet spot, then away you go. So for this particular one, you do need a small pick head, and it also needs to be quite flexible and agile when you're wearing them, especially when they appear in the hinge configuration. This hinge is actually quite large, right? and it does allow you to get quite snarled up whilst you're wearing it. But there we go. So that's my take on YUIL, and hopefully it helps not to dead out with his wonderful shiny new toys that he's acquired. Alright, I'm not at all jealous. I wish I was able to order from a handcuff warehouse. Hint hint, handcuff warehouse, if you're watching, I would love to order. So, thank you very much for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.